Now this is a day. This is a day we need smell-o-vision because Anna Olson is here in this mushroom Wellington, bringing all kinds of goodness here in the BT studio. Welcome back.
Oh, thank you, Riaz. Happy to be here.
It's been a couple years, and we're set for the holidays. Here's the brand new book, and I ask you, how many books do you have out now?
I think this is number 9.
Lucky number 9.
Yep.
Lucky number 9. And this recipe right here, take us through. Where do we start if we want to make the perfect mushroom Wellington?
Well, a beef Wellington is a beef tenderloin covered in mushrooms wrapped in puff pastry. And over the years, I've learned that if you're hosting a vegetarian as part of your holiday group, you don't want to deprive them of that ta-da moment. So whether this is the main course or you use it as a starter, it's just a great way to sort of feel festive over the holidays and be inclusive too.
And remove that stress, because you talk about a stress-free holidays.
Oh, yes.
In the book too, which helps.
Every single recipe in the book has a make-ahead tip, so that you know how you can spend time at your own holiday party because all the work is done ahead of time.
I like that.
So here, with this recipe, I would do the mushroom filling ahead of time. I have cooked down some cremini mushrooms with some shallots. I just added thyme and garlic. And then, because we're getting festive over the holidays, a splash of brandy or cognac just adds that level of elegance.
Yeah.
And then after you cook that away, you let it cool down for a few minutes. So in the meantime, another great flavor builder for the holidays, just to do them ahead of time and either freeze them and have them in the fridge, making caramelized onions. So this is the base for my cream sauce, because it's the holidays, to go with the mushroom Wellington. But I like to have a jar of caramelized onions in the fridge, because if you have a soup that's just not so flavorful, boom, a dollop right in fixes it up.
More cognac?
More cognac. We're matching the flavors here.
More cognac. That's going to be a theme of this segment. I love it. But what type of cream are you using here, by the way?
This is whipping cream.
Whipping cream? Okay.
And then the color and the flavor from the caramelized onions, you can already see it coming out. Just absolutely lovely.
Okay.
So this, once it comes up to a simmer, you take it off the heat, it's ready to go. So this you could even make ahead of time and just reheat. Now here I have the cooled mushrooms, and the reason I want to work with them cold is because we're assembling this in puff pastry, a butter puff pastry. We want to keep that cold, but also so the pieces of brie that I stir in won't melt now. They'll melt when I bake them in the oven. And a bit of breadcrumbs.
You want me to stir this up for you? Sure,
that'd be great.
Okay.
Because I've got my puff pastry already set here. And so we're essentially making a mushroom tart, but it's a savory mushroom tart. So I took 2 sheets of butter puff pastry. I trimmed the edges so then I could take those strips and build a nice little frame here, because this puff pastry will cook up and up and up. And now I'll just do a little egg wash around the center. And do you want to put that mushroom filling right in the center?
Yeah, now what's the right amount so it doesn't...
All of it.
All of it?
Yes.
Okay.
And you can even press it down, that way you don't get gaps and holes. So when you slice into it, you get this beautiful sort of dense slice of the mushrooms, the warm pieces of brie in there. You've got this creamy caramelized onion sauce.
Yeah.
And then you put the puff pastry right on top. The top piece you can stretch a little bit. It is forgiving, but you want to keep it cold until you're ready to use it. You brush the top with the egg wash for shine and brown, and then I use scissors just to snip a few holes in the top, and that way any steam escapes and you won't get air pockets in your puff pastry. You could put some decor patterns on there if you wanted to. This too, you could fully bake ahead of time. It takes a hot oven, 400 degrees for 10 minutes. Then you turn it down to 375, let it go another 30. But you could bake this ahead of time and just rewarm it when it's time to serve it.
And the end product right here, voila, you could have this. The mushroom Wellington. All kinds of other great ideas. I know you wrote this 2 parts, and this is good all year round, not just for the holidays and the special occasions. So.
Yep, and I even have recipes for when it's all over. We're using leftovers, healthy options, and of course, lots of baking. Lots of baking.
We love you for it. Anna Olson, you're welcome anytime. Thanks so much for coming by.
Oh, a pleasure, Reese.
Happy holidays. All right, more to come here on BT. Stay tuned for more. Now we get to eat this. Yes.